my mom got me a bass for Christmas when I was like 8 or 9.
She practically said like we're missing this role. Can you play for us?
Yeah, no, she did. She gave me no choice. I think I said let it sex you.
Yeah, that's exactly what? Carl, I think it's now that is the time to admit I let it sex me.
I believe they're coming to our show, are they not?
I believe they are.
Hey, then I'm gonna break his other arm.
Good call.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Apartment 38 YouTube channel. How are y'all doing today? Welcome back to the show Let's Hang Out, where me and the friends, we just get together, just chill out, just talk about some stuff. But today's episode is a very special episode because I'm gonna be interviewing a band today about how they became a band. Let's give it up for Tarnish. Say hello, boys.
What's up?
Hello. How's it going?
Thank you for having us, Brian.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, bro. Thanks for coming on the show. How you guys doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. It's a little hot here in Sacramento area, but besides that, it's all good. Can't complain.
Yeah, same here. Definitely, very happy to be on the show.
Yeah, so today's the purpose of today's episode is to go ahead and promote each other. I'm going to be talking to these guys about how they started their band, about their debut song, and yeah, like what they have going on for themselves in the future. So, if you guys want to listen more on Tarnish's startup to becoming a big band, make sure you subscribe to Apartment 308, like today's episode, comment, share it, and yeah. Alright, boys, you ready for this? Let's jump right into it.
Let's do it.
How about we start off with how about you guys introduce yourselves and tell us what you do in the band, like what is your role?
Hi, my name is Dane, and I play bass in Tarnish.
Hell yeah.
Carl?
All right. And my name is Carl. I play guitar and sing in Tarnish.
Ooh, we got the main singer here, and I believe there's one other member who cannot make it today. You want to tell us who that guy is?
Yeah, so his name's Jack. He's pretty cool. He's our drummer, and he drums very hard, and he's also really good at putting together demos, like mixing and mastering our demos before we go into the studio.
Oh, so he's your guy for drumming and also like post-editing, you would say?
For demos, and then before we go to someone like professional, you know.
All right, that sounds awesome, boys. So
He also has earrings, so you know he's cool.
he's that guy in the band.
He's that guy.
He's
Quite dangly.
I mean, do you guys have anything interesting features about yourselves for the people to know you guys more?
I am left-handed.
Oh,
it's pretty cool.
That's true. That's true. He is left-handed.
And Dane is tall.
He's the tallest member.
Actually, no, Jack is taller than me, I think.
So I'm 5'11", and they both make me feel incredibly short because they're just huge men.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jack is 6'3" or 6'4", and I'm 6'2".
Bro, Carl, I haven't seen you in a long time. I'm still fucking 5'5". I'm still short.
That's all right, man. You know what? That means you were probably like up at the taller levels in high school, and now it's just evening out. It just does that sometimes.
Dude, I swear I remember in high school I think I was the shortest guy in our senior class. It was so hilarious.
That's okay.
It's how you present yourself, though. You know,
yes.
It doesn't matter what your height is. It's about the confidence.
Hell yeah,
no, bro. 100%. And I mean, you have quite the personality, Brian. So I wouldn't trip about it.
Wow, that is the first time that everyone said that. But thank you.
Come on, man! You run a podcast. I mean, come on.
That's true. I still can't believe I got away with this for a graduation project.
Oh, this is a project? That's so cool.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah, so currently right now, by the time we're recording this, I'm still kind of like on hiatus for production. It's just, right now is a good time to get like some recordings done. But yeah, like I use this channel as like my final project for finishing college. I still can't believe I got away with it.
That's incredible, dude.
That's so sick. What's your major?
So
what's your major?
I'm a graphic design major.
Oh, cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, like
hence the YouTube channel and the visuals and stuff you'll do.
Yeah, dude, I run this whole shebang. I do all the editing and shit.
Does it all.
I super respect that. That's awesome.
Wait, what about you guys? Aren't you guys in college majoring in anything?
Yes. So, yeah, I'll lead her off. Yeah, I go to I mean a school. Can I say the name of my school?
We cannot for privacy reasons.
Oh, okay. Well, I go to a school, and I major in political science, and I'm graduating in a
Oh,
week.
hey, me too. Or in 2 weeks for me.
Sir,
What about you, Dane?
Yeah,
Are you a college student too?
I am. I also go to a school, a different school than Carl, and I major in communications and minor in film production.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
yeah, you guys would vibe heavy with your graphics and whatnot.
Well, technically for my major, it's technically called communication design, but I just say graphic design because so many employers get so confused by that name. It's like, what does that mean? I'm like, oh, just graphic
Yeah.
design.
I was just gonna say, I feel like communications is such a broad name for the major because it you learn so much other stuff.
Yeah.
And you can totally gear it to be whatever you want it to be about too. You know, like depending on what. At least at my school, communications majors can graduate with the same major name, but like have taken completely different like course topics. Like,
Yeah.
what to get. But yeah, it's definitely a very broad. I really like it personally.
Anyway, we should probably get back into the main topic, which is your band.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, we're all here to learn
talking.
more about each other and learn stuff from each other. So,
Oh, exactly. I feel like these little
If we're having a good time.
yeah these little personalization moments are what I live for.
yeah. See, I keep telling people this is an educational channel. I'm telling you, you learn something new every day.
Exactly. How about how we go to schools and
and study.
We go to,
Yeah.
and we study, we take class.
we take yeah. Big fan of class.
I love class. Not okay. Real quick, how do you guys feel about Zoom class?
I made an entire
Okay.
episode about it, which you guys can check out. It's like a very
Okay.
old episode.
Okay, sweet. I will check that out.
Yeah, but just real quick for that question, like Zoom, first semester I hated it. Second semester I still hate it, but I got used to it.
Yeah, I'm used to it. Dane is not a big fan of it at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm actually taking a gap year because of it.
Yeah.
Because I was supposed to graduate this spring as well.
So many
Um,
friends I know too are taking gap years or gap semesters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I just figured especially because I'm a transfer student and like I
Ooh.
wanted to spend more time on campus at my school, and like because I was only going to be here for like 6 months and then graduate. If I just graduated with Zoom school, so I figured I'd like just take a gap year and finish it out next year.
Oh yeah, definitely. So anyway, so continuing on for getting
Yeah.
to know you guys more. So I want to ask you guys. So like, what's your musical background like? Like, how did you start with instruments or the type of music you're into?
Throw this one to the Dane piece first.
Yeah. Thank you, Carl. My first instrument was drums. I don't know why I wanted to play drums, but I just always did when I was little.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a drum kit for my 13th birthday. I was totally self-taught. I had one lesson at one point, but I hated it. So I
Yikes.
I just kept listening to stuff on my iPod at the time and trying to see if I could copy it. Drums to ukulele when I was like 16, and then I moved to bass. Technically got a bass at 18, but I really didn't start playing it until last year when Carl and I started making music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was just asking Carl, but continue.
No, I was gonna recap saying so you went from drum to ukulele, and then most recently bass, and
Yes, correct.
and you didn't pick up the bass until you met up with Carl, right? Or like you didn't start like playing it.
Pretty much. I mean, like I had like learned a couple songs. Like it's different between. There's a difference between knowing how to play songs and knowing how to play an instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew how to play just like a couple songs, but I didn't like actually try to understand the instrument as an instrument own until working on this Tarnish project.
And all these instruments you like you're self-taught in, right?
Yeah, I am. Like ukulele was a lot of YouTube, but like the other stuff was just like kind of listening to music and trying to do what I can to replicate that.
Yeah, it is actually really funny because I know like a lot of music people that play a lot of instruments, and they say they taught themselves But like they did have like a teacher at like some point, or like like some sort of guide. But yeah, they just learned by themselves, which I give them a lot of credit for.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think there's definitely something to be said for taking lessons. I just think it's, not for everyone. Like, I definitely have a lot of respect for people who are like classically trained in, as it's like a level of understanding of music that just completely goes over my.
Okay, yeah, that's really cool. All right, Carl, we're gonna move on to you now. So, what's your musical background like?
Awesome. Yeah. So I was probably like 7 or 8 with the bass, ironically.
Whoa!
And yeah. So my mom is a singer, and I have so many siblings. I'm the youngest of 7 altogether. So basically,
7.
I have 6. Yeah, I'm the youngest of 7. It's pretty insane. So my mom's a really good singer, and she kind of just made it like a big thing that all of us at least play an instrument somewhat well,
Mm-hmm.
So like my sisters play piano, brother Adam plays guitar, my brother drums and was a singer in another band. So it's just like everyone does something, and no one had played bass yet. And so my mom got me a bass for Christmas when I was like, 8 or 9.
She practically said, like, we're missing this role. Can you play for us?
Yeah, no, she did. She gave me no choice. And I loved it. And then I played, I've been playing bass ever since. It's probably still my favorite instrument. But I played in a band and did bass there. And that's actually how me and Dane met, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, so of the bass. But then when it came to songwriting, it was just kind of hard to do on just bass because like I could write riffs and stuff like that, but it's harder to put vocals and melody onto something when all you have is bass.
Yeah.
So I started playing guitar. Yeah, Dane knows. And so I taught myself guitar. Just same thing as Dane, kind of by ear and a few YouTube tutorials here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And and I've always sung. I've sung since I was very little because my mom made sure that was a big deal. We would have karaoke nights, and she would be brutally honest when people were not good at or out of their range and stuff like that. So it was cool. I respect that a lot. But now I'm at guitar and vocals, but I've pretty much done it all except drums.
Oh, really? Except drums?
I cannot play the drums for the life of me. Like sometimes I mess around on our drummer's kit, and it's so bad.
What's the difficult part about it? I'm curious. Like, what was difficult for you?
I think just doing multiple things at once. Like I could hold like a steady beat, but then as soon as you like want me to add something to it that isn't just a kick drum and a snare, I freak out. Like
oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a certain type of coordination that I think I just don't have.
Yeah,
like
really need to train.
You need to be really good at the rubbing your stomach and patting your head thing.
I can't do that.
Wait.
Yeah, you do.
Literally, I to this day I can't do that. So yeah, you're totally right, Dane.
Fun fact about me. Well, when I used to be in grade school in a private school, I actually tried picking up guitar, but for some reason, like I just lost interest in it. Yeah,
like acoustic or electric?
Yeah, just basic acoustic when I picked it up.
Arl, we're paying witness to Brian's like new musical awakening. Like he's gonna like, come off of this interview and go, "Shit, I should really like learn how to play guitar."
Dude, honestly, I feel like I'm gonna get comments now saying, "Get back on that shit now."
Yeah,
Brian, we're actually looking for another guitarist.
Oh my god!
Now's your chance.
Watch him just get bigger than us, like than our entire band after this.
Yeah.
Might as well change the entire channel to a music channel at this point, man.
Yeah, exactly.
For real. That's funny, dude. Did you do any other instruments or just guitar for a little bit?
Pretty much just guitar, but I've also like fiddled around with like my friend's ukulele a few times, and I tried. I don't know why, like I had like a slight interest in drums too at time, but like you, Carl, I couldn't like keep up with the beat and the coordination as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard for me, but I still liked it, or I still had some interest at one point.
That's what's
ukulele is a great instrument for making it seem like you're really musically talented. No disrespect to all the ukulele players out there, but as a ukulele player, like if you're just playing chords, like it's definitely like a very good beginner. you can totally come across like you're way more musically gifted than you are if you're if you learn some stuff on ukulele. I remember doing that in high school. I was like, well, I learned how to do a hammer on. Whoa,
Oh, dude.
I know, right? and
This guy a contract.
exactly,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Dude, I remember it's actually funny because one of my old roommates, like, he picked up ukulele when he came here to the States, and he was able to play, like, he showed me a video, it's like, you can play any song with, like, the same 4 chords on the ukulele, and I'm like, wow. Oh, also, like, what are some, like, artists or bands you guys listened early on that kind of inspired your, your musical interests?
Early on, oh man, I have to think, Dane. If you go ahead, if you got yours.
Like early on for our musical interests or for the band?
For early on or for the band, either one.
Well, like probably like my first, like if we're talking about early on, like my first introduction to actual music was The Police. Like, 'cause I mean, like,
I'm
before
sorry.
that, I
I'm
just-
sorry. Hold up. You said The Police?
Yeah, like no, like the band The Police. Like not
Oh, I was about to say, bro, did you like serve time early on? Like,
No.
shit.
I thought Brian was just ripping on The Police. Like, bro, that
Yeah.
band? Like, what?
I was like, come on.
I never heard of this
Yeah.
band before. Okay.
You've definitely heard some of their music, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like Roxanne or Message in a Bottle, that sort of deal. Yeah, that was probably my first introduction into music. And then I don't know, just from then I'm so sorry. From then on, I just got kind of like really invested in music, and I started getting into pop punk stuff in high school when I kind of like rediscovered Green Day and Blink and Nirvana. Blink is still my favorite band of all time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, what about you, Carl?
That's very well put, Dane Peace. So for me, my first exposure actually was like in the early 2000s emo era, really, because like before that I kind of just listened to like whatever my parents were playing, But my older brother, who was drumming at the time, he was super into like My Chemical Romance, Fall Out Boy, Paramore,
Ah, yes.
all those guys. Yeah, great bands. Panic, like when they were first really taking off, and so that was my first exposure. And then I kind of went back and started to get really into like old Green Day, Blink as well. Mostly Green Day, like more so than Blink, but I do like Blink. Yeah, and then like Nirvana, just kind of like bunch of rock. I mean, now I listen to all kinds. But back then it was mainly the emo bands at first, and now I would say it's the more modern ones for sure. I don't know, Brian, if you've heard of like The Story So Far or Neck Deep or.
Oh, I heard of those two bands. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So those two I would say are like me and Dane's like top 2, I would say.
Oh,
in
definitely.
terms of like modern bands.
Yeah, definitely like out of shared interest as well. Like Neck Deep and Story So Far are for sure the big 2.
I see. Yeah, dude, it's so funny for like my end as well, cause like the emo like music phase, it didn't hit me until I went to high school. To be honest, bro.
Well, that's what they aim to do.
Yeah.
Well, it was funny because like I knew so many people who were into like emo pop punk stuff like in middle school, and then moved into EDM as they got older, and especially like when they got into college.
Oh my god, EDM hit me like freaking like in grade school, bro.
Yeah, because it was the same thing for me. Like it was totally reverse of that. Like I was like in middle school, I was heavily into Avicii. Like I loved Skrillex and Zed and all and Calvin Harris and all that stuff. And yeah, and then I didn't hit my emo phase, I guess, until high school. And at that time, everyone had stopped listening to those bands, so it was like,
yeah,
especially in high school, I couldn't find anyone to share common interest.
I felt so late when I told people I started listening to Fall Out Boy and Panic. I'm like, man, I feel late.
Yeah, no, like I totally am with you there. Like there's no issue with that at all.
Yeah, and like Brian, in our school, it seemed like not many people were into that type of music,
Yeah, I was gonna say, Carl, like when I first met you, my first impression of you is because I only knew you because you did like a lot of track back then. But then when I talked to you more, I'm like, oh shit, why this dude actually knows like these bands? I'm like, I got hella surprised, bro.
Yep, not only the bands but the video games as well. I'm a secret nerd.
Hell yeah, bro.
Do cover it up, Carl.
Yeah, yeah, I do.
I'm
yeah.
talking all dude, bro. Like, hey, what up, bro? And you don't expect that everything's like all hidden underneath.
So it's so true, dude. I think it's just the product of having so many siblings. Like, there's so many other personalities inside of me.
He has multi-personality disorder. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, sometimes, dude.
Okay, so I guess that's like everyone's kind of like musical background, musical inspirations to pretty much how you guys got to this point. Alright, so now let's talk about how you guys first formed this band. So, obviously, first question, how did you guys meet?
Oh man, okay. I want to hear it from Dane's side and from my side because it's pretty interesting.
Okay, an undisclosed location near an undisclosed school. Carl happened to be playing a show, and I had just transferred to the school, and I was just trying to make musical connections and meet new people and stuff.
Meet new poop.
So I went to shut up. I stutter a little bit. Anyway, I just went to this show near my campus, and I saw Carl was wearing a Knuckle Puck shirt, and I happened to be wearing a Knuckle Puck shirt as well. Knuckle Puck's another emo band, pop punk band, and I was just like, oh shit, we're both wearing shirts with the same band. Like, that was literally the beginning of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just saying that, like, I just moved here, and I was like trying to meet new people to get some music with, and he was like, yeah, I'm totally down to do something. And we didn't like actually get together to jam until like a few months after that. And it was funny because Carl was on bass and I was on drums that first time we were jamming. But then we both expressed interest in moving to different instruments, and then we didn't really do much anything after that until quarantine hit, and we both had just left our bands that we were in prior to that, and we were like the only people that the other knew with like the same music interest. And so I was like, hey, do you want to like try and write some stuff? And yeah, like the band has definitely changed formation in terms of like what instruments we've been playing multiple times, because
4 times for you.
Yeah,
Four times.
Yeah, because at one point, like at the very beginning, we were gonna do like a dual vocalist type deal,
A Blink type thing.
Yeah, exactly. And just as the band evolved and stuff, it made more sense for me to sit back on bass, and especially because Carl started expressing interest in singing without an instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to like have that energy and presence as a singer in a band. Yeah, so we just kind of changed formation again. Yeah, I think that was pretty much it.
Yeah, no, that was a great story, Dane.
Thank you.
All right,
Yeah,
Carl.
no.
Now it's your turn. Let's see how
So-
much like yours kind of matches with his.
So it's accurate, but I kind of, my perspective on it is funny. I did not think it was going to be anything serious at all. I just thought Dane was this cool dude. You know, he was wearing the same band shirt as me. And I was like, I had just played a show with my other band, and at the time, like my other band, we were doing well. Like we were playing shows like every weekend. He asked to be in a band. I was just you know, in a great ass mood, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, like let's jam.
You were heavily vibing.
Yeah, I was just having a good time, and like, cause I that's what I love about shows, just like meeting people and talking to people.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So yeah. So I was just having a super good time, and I was like super down for it. But I thought it would just be like, you know, like a side project thing, and because my other band was requiring so much of my time for a while, and then
Really?
like a month or so later, maybe 2 months later, I got released from that band for unknown reasons, and and then I hit up Dane and I was like, dude, let's jam, and he was like, all right, let's. So we met up at school, and and then we jammed, and yeah, he was on drums and I was playing bass. I totally forgot, Dane, that I brought my bass that day. Yeah, that was crazy, and my acoustic guitar.
Yeah,
Nice.
acoustic guitar there, yeah.
Yeah, and so yeah, and we just jammed.
Like the only
It's
song
super
that we were
fun.
able to play was Proper Dose by Story So Far. I think that was the only
Yeah.
song. Then
And we wrote like that's when we wrote like the initial riff for Come Down.
that's true.
I don't know if you remember that, but
Unreleased original.
yeah, an unreleased original coming at you soon.
Ooh.
So yeah, big hype
If you ever heard
train.
that.
But yeah, so it was cool. And then yeah, we did Zoom super heavily once COVID started. So we just became like best boys. Like we'd spend like 5 hours a day just like Zoom in, like talking about other stuff, writing music. It was really fun.
That was pretty crazy. Yeah, we were Zooming like literally every day for a while during quarantine. And then Carl moved with some friends in the fall, and ended up meeting Jack there, and found out that Jack played drums. And you told me that when you first met Jack, he didn't even really listen to this kind of music, right? Like
not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, he listened to mainly like classic rock.
He's a big Zeppelin guy. He's a big this isn't quite classic rock, but he's a big LCD sound system guy.
Yeah. He likes just all kinds of like radio rock, I would say.
Yeah. Like now he's like a big like hardcore guy.
Yeah, now he likes hardcore, and he likes he likes pop punk. Like he likes what we make, but he likes stuff like even harder than us now, which is super funny.
Yeah. He probably has the hardest like music taste out of the three of us. I'm definitely on soft taste.
Yeah. I can be kind of on the hard side sometimes. Like I love Knocked Loose. Oh my god, I love Knocked Loose. They're a hardcore band. Yeah, he does, which is it's pretty weird because he didn't even care about it at first.
Damn.
Yeah. But yeah, it worked out really well.
Carl, you mentioned earlier, you said like your band kind of just kicked you out without even telling you anything.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it went down.
Dane, you said you also did you leave your band or did they kick you out? Like, what was the story behind that?
It just kind of like coincidentally dispersed.
So you guys kind of just broke up.
Yeah. No, we broke up. There was a little bit of band drama that I won't go into. But for the most part, it was just everyone moved away for quarantine. One of the guys was from Bolivia, and so he wasn't even the same continent as us. So it just didn't really make sense to continue working on stuff together. But some of us still talk, and like I'm sure once we're all in the same area again, we'll jam again. But like definitely more casually, because definitely Tarnish is the focus at the moment.
Baby.
Okay, so now let's get into the name. How did you guys come up with the name Tarnish for your band name?
This sounds really lame, but
don't tell me you guys just went to a dictionary and just picked a word.
That would have been even more lame. No, we basically we were like juggling around a couple of ideas, and then one day me and Jack were just hanging out in the garage writing songs, and we were like, man, we're really tired of not having a set name. And then so we were like, literally just, I don't remember if it was me or Jack, but one of us was just like, about Tarnish, and the other person was like, ooh, I like that. And then next to Dane, and I don't blame him because we just threw it on him, but he was like, yeah, I like it, but like let's just think about it. And I was like, no, Dane, it's sexy.
It's sexy.
I was like, it's a sexy name, Dane, and he was like, okay, yeah, it is.
You just said those words. I think you said.
No, I did. I think I said, "Let it sex you."
Yeah, that's exactly what. Carl, I think it's now that is the time to admit I let it sex me.
Good.
I've now been sexed.
You heard it here first, guys. Dane said it. Let it sex him.
Yeah, no, it's a great story. I think people actually will really like that. But it's pretty much how it went down. And then we just put the .ca because we just wanted to let people know, we're from California.
Hell yeah, bro. Cali representing.
Yeah.
Like we had thrown around a few names before that. Like one of the names we were messing around is actually the name of our next single coming out.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, we were messing with the idea of the name Foothills, and then you were messing the idea with around New Foothills, and then there's also
remember that
there's Blimp at one point, and then there is but like Tarnish was definitely like the first one that like
it really stuck with.
And Carl and Jack were just like so pumped about it, and I was like, okay, I'll just let it sex me, and we're good. And now we're here.
Now it has, yeah.
Oh my god! If you guys actually went with the name like "Let It Sex Me," then that would have been a more interesting like band name.
5 months
we
by
could have
Let
an-
It Sex Me.
We could have an EP called "Let It Sex Me."
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay, so that's how you pretty much guys met, and you guys like put this band together. So now let's talk about your debut song, which is called 5 Months. Correct?
Yes,
Sir.
yes, you did your homework, Brian. Good job.
Yeah, I listened to the song like before the session. I was like, yo, this is actually really cool.
Thank you, man.
I'm
Yeah,
glad that
but-
would have sucked if you just like hated it.
No, what? No, hell
I
no.
interview these guys.
He's like, all right, I'm gonna interview them anyways, but wow, this
No.
song blows.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely think it's actually a good song.
Thank you so
man.
much. Appreciate that.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
means a lot.
But let's talk about it real quick. So let's talk about how you guys made this song. So what was the process like into like making this song happen?
This was pretty cool. So I basically wrote the entire thing in like a day, at least lyrically, right, Dane? Like I sent you all the
Ooh.
text, like
And melodically, like
Yeah.
5 months was like 5 months is probably the like most different songwriting process out of all of our songs, because like Carl straight up wrote the entire thing and just like sent it to me, and then like dude, this is so fucking good. And
yeah.
we mess with arrangement and stuff, but like
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. So I was staying at my brother's house, watching his cats because he was gone. So I was watching his cats for the weekend, and I was just alone, and I could like sing, and I had my guitar, and I was just going through some light emo boy stuff at the time, and
Mhm.
and then I just kind of it literally just all came to me like in a night. It was really weird, and then I sent it to Dane. Yeah, I made a small demo of it to Dane, and he was like, "Oh my god."
He's
I
like
did.
masterpiece.
No,
Yeah,
he was hyped on
literally.
it right away.
Yeah. I was so into it. The moment you sent it to me, I was like, yeah, we have to run with this.
Yeah, and then it originally was not going to be the first single that we put out.
That's true.
Oh, so you came up with
'Cause-
different iterations.
Well, we have so many songs that we like have written that just aren't recorded and out yet. But originally we're going to do another one that'll come later, and we're going to do that one first. But it just came together so well, and we all thought that it was the most like, for a first song, it was the most like listener friendly, so we figured people from different genres and backgrounds could vibe with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of our stuff goes like a little heavier. I mean, ranging from a little heavier to a lot heavier. And this song seemed like a really good like. I don't think anyone could like be annoyed by a song of this genre. You know what I mean? Like this is something that
Yeah.
anyone could listen to, even if they're like not necessarily super vibing with it. Like they're not gonna hate it. And so
Yeah.
It's not intrusive.
yeah, exactly. Good way to put it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how that went down. And then we recorded it in Northern California, and it was cool. We had a really good time with it. It was definitely stressful because it was our first time as a band, obviously going in and recording a song, and we initially tried to do it in 4 hours. Put in a reference 3 hours. Thank you, Dan. To put it reference, the last song that we did, our next single, took us 14 hours.
Whoa.
So like we were way ahead of ourselves.
That's what you call speed run tactics, bro. I'm saying.
yeah, we thought we could do it, and we're still very proud of it. Like it came out really cool. People have dug it. It's almost at 3K on Spotify. Make Jack dye his hair. Listen to the song.
Yeah, once it hits 3K streams, Jack is gonna dye his hair purple, and so
Oh, dude, hell yeah.
I need everyone to like really like back us on this, and like, we're at, like,
we can't wait.
we're at, like 2,800 or something like that right now, so we're pretty close. So
I had been growing my hair out for all of COVID, so I had like 15 months of hair, and once it got to 2K, I promised that once it got to 2K, I would cut my hair, and I did it the day of.
Oh no, I was gonna ask another question. As I'm actually quite curious. It's like what goes through your head when you guys are trying to come up with like music? Like, what do you guys think about most of the time?
well, I mean, like I feel like we all have different approaches to it. Like for
Really?
me, like I am not lyrically based at all. I have a really hard time with lyrics. And so I just purely go for like, does something sound cool? Does it flow well? Usually just like, I want to try and make some music, and I just sit down and just like come up with shit. Carl's the big lyric guy, and he's the one that has a lot of motives and motifs behind everything he writes. If you want to talk about that.
Yeah, for sure. So I would say, Dane, you're like you go on like listener like impact, I would say, is like a good way to put it. Like you're like you listen to it and you're like, okay, this part is dope. This part needs to be changed, but this part is dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is cool. Yeah, it's very dope that we all have like different approaches to it.
Yeah.
For me, I get really into the lyrics. Like I've always loved writing. It's always been like my strength, like in school and stuff. So I just get very into that. I try to almost like write a story, but it's very, very close to what's actually happening in my real life. So like but I think that makes it cool I just want to write stuff that people can like relate with. I guess.
Yeah, hashtag relatable.
Yeah. Hashtag so relatable. Oh my god.
And how does Jack like contribute to the song creation with you guys?
He does, like I said, he does the like. We do our demos on GarageBand currently. If you've heard of that. So he like he really does a lot of the structuring with that, because he has to do drums first. Drums have to come first, or else it's just gonna be weird.
Yeah, you need a solid beat before you can like do anything.
Yeah, so he'll set the tempo, like he does like what's called like the finger test to figure out what the tempo is, where you tap your fingers, he'll do that, and then he lays out the drums, and then he'll sometimes give like some lyric suggestions, but he's usually very hyped with what me and Dane put on anyways.
Right.
Instrumentally and lyrically. Like he's just down to make it. He always wants there to be upbeat and cool drums.
Yeah. Which I can totally get behind as a drummer as well. Like I'm always like I think that's one thing that's cool about this band is that we all I guess Jack doesn't play other instruments, but like Carl is a former bassist and I'm a former drummer, and so we all want to like make, it's like drums and bass are like often forgotten in production and in music as a whole, and like I feel like because there's always the focus on the guitars and singing, which obviously is a very core part of song, obviously.
Right.
I think it's cool because we all kind of give emphasis to everything in the band, and we all have understandings as being, playing those other instruments as well. You get what the other person's going through.
Literally, like sometimes I'll come up with a bass part for a song, and I'm like, trust me, Dane, I want it to be cool bass here because I've been a bassist, and you know what I mean. And I hate when people are just like, oh, just do whatever. They're like, no, it can be cool.
Yeah, because that's something that's also like our songwriting process has like changed over time. Is like over summer, it was just me and Carl working on stuff, and so
didn't even know Jack yet.
Yeah, and so it was all just a lot of coming up with chord progressions, coming up with riffs, and coming up with lyrics, and kind of doing all of that separately, and then putting it together. And once Carl met Jack, then him and Jack started writing a lot of stuff together, and I live pretty far away from them. And so it's hard for me to be there during the immediate songwriting process.
Right.
So a lot of what happens now is different, where they will come up with something and send it to me, and I'll go, oh, I like this, I want to change this, I like this, that sort of deal. Yeah, like the process has changed a little bit, just because of physical barriers.
Oh, I probably should have asked this in the beginning when I started this question, but what is the song like 5 months like about?
Great question, Bri. So I mean, it's about, so when COVID started, I moved back home, lived with my parents for the first 5 months of COVID. So that's kind of what it's about. It's about like, it's actually longer than that. But at the time when I wrote it, it was 5 months. And so, it's just kind of about that, how I felt like I not have a lot to show for my time at my school because I wasn't physically at my school anymore. I wasn't in band that I used to be in anymore. I didn't have a lot of the same friends and relationships that I had before. I sort of just felt like it was like a whole like reset of everything for me, you know.
So
But yeah, that's kind of mainly what it's about.
just basically saying fuck COVID, man.
It's just like fuck everything. Like let's just start over.
Yeah, no, definitely. And okay, quick question for your guys. I want to ask permission for you guys. Can I play the whole song here for like this section of the video, so that way people
Yeah, of
know
course.
so people know what it sounds like. All right, we're gonna cut to the song now.
Maybe I'm not who I used to be. I'll keep placing okay with the life at ease. When I left, I wasn't nervous, right? But now I just survey the ceiling. 5 months at home alone with not a lot to show. I can't find hope unless I'm dreaming. I can see my breath, but not their face. Failing on plans to get stay on my 6-foot space. I just can't accept that there's nothing left and nobody's close to keep me in check. I miss the sight of healthy public life. Fucking sick of everyone ignoring all the signs. You ever think that there's a reason that you wouldn't try? It blurs my mind and now I cannot sleep for shit at night. I can see my friends, but not their face. Failing on plans to get stay on my 6-foot space. I just can't accept that there's nothing left and nobody's close to keep me in check. To keep me in check. Do you ever think that there's a reason that you wouldn't try? It breaks my mind and now I cannot sleep for shit at night. It breaks my mind and now I cannot sleep for shit at night.
And we're back. Wow, did you guys enjoy the song? I hope you did.
Oh man, it was so good.
It's a banger. That's actually one of my favorite bands.
Hell yeah! Wait, you're in the band, Dane. All right, so
Awesome.
one of the last few questions I want to ask you guys is that as we're seeing like restrictions on pandemic start to lift up, how do you guys feel about performing like back in person? Because I know both of you guys already have like experiences in performing in front of people, but I haven't seen them in like months, man.
So it's a little weird, I would say. So basically, Carl, if you don't mind, if I can just like tell.
I know.
tell-
Go ahead.
So we do have a show scheduled, and so we're going to be
Ooh.
performing. It's an outdoors, masks required. Vaccine heavily encouraged. All of us are vaccinated already, and we're trying to do this as safely as possible. So June 4th in San Diego, we'll be playing a short set, and it's definitely going to be weird because it's like you can't have a crowd, you can't have moshing, you can't have any of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like super high energy music and people just kind of like sitting and watching us. But like I'm hoping there'll be some heads bopping, and it's going to be weird to adjust to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're doing everything we can to make sure that
you guys are playing it safe.
Doing everything as safely as humanly possible, and not trying to rush into something that we're not prepared for.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Like we were for sure hesitant about it because we were asked to play like about a month ago.
Oh, really?
Originally. Yeah, from a good friend of mine who's putting the whole show together, and and so we were like obviously super stoked about the idea. We were like, oh, we don't know. Don't want to be like the first people doing it, and then have everybody hate us. Like, so that was kind of a thought. But then like now, so many people are starting to do outdoor shows. I mean, in NorCal and SoCal, there's some states that have already been doing outdoor shows for a while.
Right.
So my whole thing is like, as long as people are masked up and like, I would hope that they're vaccinated if they're even coming. Like we all are. So yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have the power to enforce vaccination on them.
I'm gonna say that in the middle of the set. I'm gonna say, yo, anyone here who's not vaccinated is not chill.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out, bro.
Yeah, literally. Fight you right here.
If you're not vaccinated, get the fuck out.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like we were definitely super cautious about it. But we did our research. I talked to I don't think I told you this, Carl, but I talked to some people who work in hospitals and with that sort of stuff, like very closely, people who are very closely connected to like COVID is and that sort of deal. And
Right.
Big global bastard.
like, as long as it's like and they're like outdoor shows are totally cool. Like it's really no different than going to the grocery store. If everyone's masked up, like it's going to be the exact same deal. And hopefully most people will be vaccinated already anyway, especially because it's going to be in June. Like I said, us as a band, we're all vaccinated, and but like by then, like everyone will have had access to the vaccine for a while. So, anyone in attendance should more than likely be vaccinated.
Yeah, and it's open air. It'll be hot outside. It'll be a great day.
Dude, it's summer in California. Of course it's gonna be so hot.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, no, for sure. I'm gonna try and not wear a gray shirt on stage. We'll see.
Definitely good call. I didn't even think about that.
Dude, I'm gonna get so sweaty.
It's okay.
It's fine,
I
dude.
made the mistake one time of me going to Santa Cruz for a trip. I was expecting it to be cold, so I wore like tight black jeans, and then when I got there it was so hot. I'm like, god damn it, why did I wear these type of pants to the beach today?
So you went to Santa Cruz like the one day out of the year that it was actually like over 75
Because in
degrees.
my school it was like super like cool weather and stuff, and then when I go to Santa Cruz I'm like, why is it so blazing hot right now?
Yeah, pretty bipolar weather. But yeah, no, we're stoked. We're gonna be in sunny San Diego, and a lot of friends, maybe some family will be out there. So it'll be a very cool first show.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good way for us to ease into it as well. So because it's not like it's like a venue where we're performing at 1835 Market. It's basically this it's like a vintage fair for like vintage clothing and stuff. So like people are like selling clothing, and like it's or like we're like entertainment. It's not like it's like packing into some tight venue. Like it's an open air spot, and I think it's gonna be a super good way for us to ease back into it too, because it's like it's short set. It's like a lot of pressure. It's like people will be there, but it's not like everything is riding on us for it to be a good show. You know what I mean? Like it's like
not there just for us. We're just hoping that they like us because they're there for other stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But like we do have a good amount of friends that are gonna come out and support us, so that'll be really cool.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I'm very excited about it. Yeah.
I've been wanting to do this with this band for so long because I'm sure Dan can say the same thing, but like I'm so much more confident in this band than I have been about any other musical project I've done, and like
Yeah, same here.
it's just gonna be bonkers. We're all ready to just go off.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for real.
I can't wait till we get to like some good practices. Like, I don't know. You can never like really predict what you're gonna do on stage, but I feel like we definitely have the promise of good energy, good stage presence.
Yes.
I know Jack goes insane on the drums. He has so much energy. I know Carl's been like ready to like run around and do stuff with us. Right. We got a friend of ours who's gonna be filling in and playing guitar. Who like was like texting Carl and was like, so I hope you're not mad if I run around a bunch and jump up and down. And Carl's like, dude, like you're required to. Like that's forced.
Like,
I'm getting so excited right now, literally just thinking about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember in a previous episode of It's Been a While, my other show with my friend, he told me, she said, like, just have fun on stage, don't care how nervous you are, just be yourself, have fun, go crazy if you want to.
Absolutely.
Just don't break anything. Just don't break anything or anyone.
Actually, I have a friend who
for
broke an arm while playing a show.
What the fuck?
That is punk rock.
Yeah, it's so punk rock. I don't know if I'm allowed to shout out other bands, if that's cool.
You can give them a shout out, but I don't know if they'll listen to this episode or not when we do.
Well, I mean, just so other viewers can check them out.
Give them a shout out.
I believe it's called Verum, Verum.
Verum.
He hopped in the crowd. I think he was like playing guitar like in the middle of the crowd, and it was like a mosh pit, and then someone like ran into him and he broke his arm in the middle of the show.
Oh my gosh.
It was so punk rock. Like
I believe they're coming to our show, are they not?
I believe they are.
Hey, then I'm gonna break his other arm.
Good call. Very, very. Like, I wouldn't even be mad if that happened. You know what I mean? Like, that's such a good story to tell. But yeah,
sure.
Check them out. They kick ass as well.
Alright then, well, check them out. I'll make sure to shout them out on this channel as well. And this is pretty much where we're gonna wrap it up for Let's Hang Out, boys. But before we sign off today, of course, we gotta shout out your band. So, last question: where can people find you?
Oh snap! Okay, Dane, Dane's the social media guy. He can.
He's the manager here, so I have to talk to him.
No, when it comes to the Instagrams and the Twitters, I don't know what's going on.
I'm a big social media management guy. I mean, that's what my communications major is all about.
Yeah, no, pretty much. He's taking his degree like seriously now.
Dude, he's doing what you're doing. He's trying to get credit.
Yeah.
On Instagram we're tarnish.ca. Instagram and Twitter we're both it's Instagram and Facebook, it's tarnish.ca, and Twitter is tarnish_ca, because you can't have dots in your username in Twitter for some reason.
Lame.
And then you can find our music on Spotify and Apple Music and probably other stuff that we didn't even go to check.
YouTube, Pandora.
We got a lyric video and like a quote unquote performance video for 5 months up already, and I guess this is the first official announcement we have of it.
Oh
my god!
Guys, we will be releasing a new single called Foothills. Date is not set. But there will be a music video for that as well.
Hell yeah!
When is this episode gonna come out, Brian?
I honestly don't know, because I'm still like I said, I'm still on hiatus for production, but I'm planning to get back on like editing and stuff like soon, like next month. So hopefully, like honestly, probably this episode won't probably go out until like July, depending how fast I can edit.
That'll be really funny, us talking about our show in June. But but no, that's cool.
Like our upcoming single that will definitely be out before July.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'll be out by then. We might have even another one out by then. Who knows?
Gasp.
The timeline's all messed up. What did you do?
For real, some Rick and Morty shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so honestly, I'm excited to see what you guys have planned for the future, and also, yeah, I'll make sure to link everything you guys have in the description below. Make sure you go follow them, guys.
Please. And we will follow you.
Hell
Already
yeah!
did.
See, we are
You already
supporting.
did,
We are
okay.
supporting small creators in their struggle to get themselves famous and / make money for themselves.
Right, we're just all out here trying to get rich. That's all.
we're just no. But honestly, we're just here to have fun with it. We're here to have fun with it.
No, 100%. I don't care about money. I need money.
Hey, bro, how
I think
else
we're
am I
really
supposed to
creepy
pay
and
off my debt?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, no, for sure. This has been a blast, dude. Thanks again for having us.
Yeah, thank you so
Oh,
much.
it was my pleasure to have you guys on. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Tarnish, for coming on the show and telling us more about yourselves and what you guys going on for your band. Like I said,
Love to come back in like 6 months.
hell yeah, bro! Fucking 6 months later, you already got signed. You got a record label and everything. And I'm like, man, shit.
Yeah, no, I'm so down.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, this is where we're gonna wrap up today's episode of Let's Hang Out. Make sure to subscribe to Apartment 308. Like today's video. Comment if you got how cool Tarnish is and what other crazy challenges like they should do, like dyeing Jack's hair purple.
Yes.
Yeah.
More. Dane is next. Dane is yet to do it.
Yeah, put in the
I'm
comments what kind of
really
challenge we should put for Dane.
Yeah. Nipple pierce. I like that.
Yeah, nip piercing.
No!
Let's do it.
Oh my god. Well, yeah. share. I'm trying to end it, but God, that was so weird.
Oh yeah,
bad.
we're weird. Weird guys.
Yeah, but yeah, share my video, share their music, and yeah, we're gonna see you guys over on the next episode. Later, y'all.
Sounds good.
Bye bye.
Thank you
Peace.
so much.